We'll start our council meeting. All right. Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Present.
Alderman Bolton.
Present.
Alderman Seeger.
Present.
Alderman Moiseo. Present. Alderman Villalobos.
Present.
Alderman Newsome.
Present.
Alderman Tempest.
Present.
Alderman May.
Present.
Alderman Valco.
Here.
Mayor Cunningham.
Present. We will have invocation by Brother Blanks, founder of the Black Abolition Movement of the Mines, and following the invocation, we will then go to Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. All right. My young guys.
Nobody have to bow their heads. You can just assume a position of prayer that is comfortable for you. Let us pray. One divine creator, we come first giving thanks. Thanks for your many blessings and asking that you continue to bless us. Bless this city. Bless the minds of those who are in position of leadership with the knowledge and the wisdom to do your will in your work for the people of this city. In these days where wickedness reigns, we ask that you protect us, continue to keep us from all evil. We ask these blessings in the name of peace, power, and justice. Amen.
Amen. 1 second. You're going to do something first?
No, you go ahead.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think we're going to be blessed with a presentation by the young men.
Yes. So we have a brief point of presentation that we want to share with you all. And so today, it will not, make sure you got it.
Yeah.
He's got it.
I had
Just talked about this last
Right.
night.
preparation. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Come up. Take the mic. Give the drums.
Good.
Introduction. Kwanzaa is a spiritual celebration that is observed each year from December 26th through January 1st. The word Kwanzaa is derived from a Kiswahili phrase, Matanda yu Kwanzaa, which means the first fruits of the harvest. Kwanzaa was first celebrated in 1966 by Dr. Malana Karenja, a black studies professor and a black activist, America's fastest growing holiday. Kwanzaa is observed by an estimated 18 million people. The celebration of Kwanzaa is a means of African American history, reveal their commitment to themselves, their families, their community, and the black struggle. Dr. Karenja envisioned that Kwanzaa will provide African Americans with spiritual renewal and sustenance, as well as in spiritual renewal and sustenance, as well as an opportunity for us to connect with our rich cultural heritage. Kwanzaa is based on 7 principles.
And the first of those principles is Imani, Umoja, and it means unity. To strive and maintain unity in the family, the community, the nation, and race. The second Kwanzaa principle is called Kuji Chagalia, and that means self-determination. It means to strive. It means to define ourselves and name ourselves, to create for ourselves and speak for ourselves.
The third principle is Ujima, which means collective work and responsibility. To build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. Ujama, cooperative economics. To build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses and to profit from them together.
Nia means purpose. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Kuumba, creativity. To do always as much as we can, in the way we can, in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. Imani means faith. To believe with all of our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle.
So today, we wanted to, first of all, let me extend my appreciation to the mayor and to the council members for allowing us to come and to present a Kwanzaa presentation in the best interest of diversity and inclusion, and allowing us to give a chance to share with you all a piece of what we share in the spirit of Kwanzaa. And so what we did here today, it was just briefly to make you aware, to give you an introduction of what Kwanzaa is about and the principles of Kwanzaa. These type of principles is something that can be implemented regardless of your race, religion, denomination, because these principles are not just good for our community. These principles are good for everyone's community. What you just heard from them is called the Insuwu Gaba. That means the gift, a gift, or I should say, the principles. So with that being said, I really want to say I appreciate you all for allowing us to share with you all. And we have what you call Sawadi. Sawadis are what you call gifts that we share. Unlike what you mostly will find that is commercialized gifts during certain times of the holidays, we refrain from taking it and putting Kwanzaa out of the proportions of what its true meanings and roots are, and that are these principles. As you know, oftentimes in various holidays and times of the seasons, too often the very meaning of what those days are about get lost, get commercialized with too many abundance of gifts. And what we do as far as with gifts, we take and we make handcraft gifts that we share amongst each other, nothing that we have to impose on people to go out into the store to buy, just simple gifts of acknowledgement and appreciation of each other and family. So with that being said today, in the spirit of that, I brought a gift for you all. And the gift that I have is, if you really like those principles that we shared with you all and that we're standing on, I have a gift. Hopefully I have enough here for everybody in here. And as we say in Kwanzaa, we say Habari Gani. And when I say Habari Gani, you say, when I say Habari Gani, you say Asante Habari Gani. And what that means, Asante, or if it's during the time of Kwanzaa, then you would say one of the principles. And so this is like a pre-Kwanzaa. So when I say Habari Gani, you say Asante Habari Gani. Let's try it one time. Can we do that? Sure. Habari Gani. Asante Habari Gani. Habari Gani. Thank you all for allowing us to share with you all in the spirit of Kwanzaa. our heritage and culture. And once again, thank you to the city for granting us this privilege. Thank you.
Mayor's comments. And on that note, thank you too, and thank you to our 3 young men. I like that. Good job, young men. Thanks for everyone for coming tonight. I want to take a moment to acknowledge our public works staff who plowed and salted our roads. We all appreciate the hours you put in to provide us with a safe commute. On the topic of snow, a reminder to our residents and businesses, please, I implore you, please, let's clear the sidewalks. We have also had some trouble plowing down some of our side streets, and we're looking for some options to help out our Public Works Department. We are brainstorming ways that residents can better assist Public Works, and one of the ideas we've heard is alternate parking for one-way streets. I appreciate the Alderman, Public Works, and the public feedback in addressing this issue. Toys for Tots. I am blown away by the generosity of Waukegan community this holiday season. Our Lake County Sheriff's Department, Dr. Mary Lacey, the U.S. Marines, all of the aldermen, police and fire, city clerk's office, our entire city staff, Family First Center, Ms. Margaret Carrasco, and many, many more residents, businesses, and groups have donated toys and goods to those in need. I'm incredibly proud of all of you. And a round of applause for all those generous folks. Let's give it up for them, everybody. Upcoming events, Polar Bear Plunge. The 19th annual Waukegan Polar Bear Plunge is January 1 at Waukegan Municipal Beach. Public service announcement, the mayor will not be going into. That's a guarantee. Registration starts 9 a.m. and the first wave of plungers hits the beach at 10 a.m. There is still time to sign up, and all monies raised goes to Waukegan Special Recreation. So if there's anybody who chooses to go, you're welcome. Genesee Theater. Genesee Theater is hosting on Saturday, December 30th at 7:30 p.m. Legendary Voices featuring Chubby Checker, Mary Wilson's of the Supremes, Martha Reeves, and the Vandelias. And that's probably over my head. My age group. That's before my time?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's before my time. All right, more information on the website at www.geneseetheater.com for more details. Lastly, to all the residents, businesses, aldermen, and city staff, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a joyous New Year. Now, to bring in, to help us this celebration, I think we have someone to help us with some Christmas singing. I don't have to even Doug, Mr. Stiles, take over, sir.
Mayor Cunningham and honorable alderpersons. In order to get you in the spirit of the season, members of the Waukegan Concert Chorus wish to sing the first verse of a number of Christmas carols. And we'll end with one of your favorite Christmas songs. Please, especially the mayor, sing along.
My voice is not like yours, but here we go.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With the echoes proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. On the herald angels sing. Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid, and Donder and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All the other reindeers used to have to call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And all the reindeers loved him as he hung out with cheer. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you are in history. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for that, and same to you.
Merry Christmas to you all.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I guess we heard Pat Seeger's over there. Alderman Seeger?
Yeah, I charged for that.
Good voice tonight.
Yes, it is. All right. Item number 2. Motion by Alderman Seeger, second by Alderman Mozio, to approve regular meeting minutes from December 4th, 2017. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion is passed and carried. Motion by Alderman Mozio, second by Alderman Villalobos, to approve the Truth and Taxation meeting minutes from December 4th, 2017. Any questions to the motion? All those approve?
Aye.
Motion is passed and carried. Audience time.
Okay, audience time tonight, you'll have 3 minutes, and when the timer goes off, you guys are done. And we've got Art Cobb.
Good evening, Mayor Cunningham, council members and audience. This evening, I wanted to recognize Director Mike Hewitt and his staff at Public Works, especially Mr. Jerry Abernathy. Say thank you for the department watering the flowers on Genesee Street in the downtown district. You know, since I've been in this position, it's been a challenge to get out every day or every other day and water the flowers. And Director Hewitt said, Art, my guys will take care of this for you. So Mike, I wanted to say thank you very much. Even before Mike arrived at the director's position, he and his wife, Diane, would come out in the spring, fall, and plant and take care of the flowers. So, you know, I see her in the audience, and also Diane wanted to say thank you to you also. She was a true trooper, making sure that we had the flowers, and many weekends it would just be the two of them out there. And so, again, I'd like to thank Diane and Mike, and also Mr. Jerry Abernathy, you know, for watering the flowers and keeping things looking nice. And I look forward to working with the department in 2018. And then finally, on behalf of the board of directors and our volunteers, I also would like to say happy holidays, have a safe and enjoyous holiday season, and look forward to having everyone come downtown in 2018. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Art. Anthony Domershey.
I'll try to do my best in 3 minutes. My objective tonight, Council Mayor, is to talk about the tax increase that's being proposed to your tax levy. I really thought about whether I even wanted to do this, but I come to you as someone who's been on the council. I served with Larry Tempest, going back more than a couple of years. And most of you have met you in the past, including the mayor on my driveway in the last election. I live west of the tollway, or if you live on the northwest, you'd be west of Green Bay Road. And that's an area of well over 1,000 homes combined who I'm sure have tax bills today that exceed $10,000 a year. Now, $10,000 a year sounds like a lot. An awful lot of homes within the city proper, and we'll say, without on this side of Green Bay Road, probably don't have taxes that exceed $10,000 a year, but can expect in the reassessment to see significant tax increases due to the assessed valuation. So when we talk about a tax base for the city of Waukegan, we're talking about a 4% increase on the tax levy on top of already incredible tax levels that are imposed on the folks that live in the city. My personal taxes on my home are $27,000 a year. Just a few years ago, 1 or 2 line items on my tax bill was $250 a month to pay for pension funds. That is more money than most people pay in taxes in many parts of the state of Illinois, except in Waukegan. Now, I don't know how that's all displaced, but when I look at the city, and when I was in Alderman, the city had approximately 75,000 people. Today, the population is about 95,000, and we have a police force that's twice the size. We have a fire department that's twice the size, and I don't know how much more staffing we have. So pensions, ultimately, is a huge issue as all these employees retire. When I talk about my $27,000 tax bill, we're also upon the federal government changing tax law. Now, any of you who pay more than $10,000 a year are going to be expected to pay the taxes without the normal deduction you get on your federal return. If any of you have done any math
Thank
on
you,
that,
Anthony.
I know I'm up, but this is an important point that I want the council to understand.
Thank you.
The tax penalty can amount to about 30% of the
Thank
taxes
you.
you're gonna have to make. On top of that, your council here wants to increase their taxes.
Thank you. Your time's up, Anthony. Thank you very much.
It's hard to bring a point when you've had ample opportunity to discuss this, research this. In 5 days, you come to us with a 7% tax increase, and you reduce it to a
Thank you, Anthony.
3.95% increase. Now,
Michelle
to me,
Evans?
To me, if that is in fact doable in 5 days, just imagine what you can do by not passing
All right.
an increase at all.
Sir, and to be fair, we're going to have to ask you. Anthony, you know this process better than all of us. You've been here, done that. So we do appreciate it, and it will be taken into consideration. So thank you.
It's hard to measure when you can't give all the information.
I hear you. Thank you, Anthony. Happy holidays to you and the wife.
Good evening, Mayor Cunningham, all the council members, and the residents from Waukegan this evening. My name is Rochelle Evans, and I'm here to address or concern that I have with the advanced disposal and the recycling. I guess they're the workers there. I sit things out. My question is there a list of things for recycling, whether I can find it online or not, of what can and cannot be put out? I send out things such as milk crates, you know, plastic, things that are recyclable, but they won't pick them up. I've had cardboard barrels that they would not pick up. I had to make a call, and then it happened. I've called, and I had some pallets. They were wood. They said as long as you could sit out like 2 items, I think 4 foot by 4 foot, or 2 large items. I've done that. I put the pallets on top. They were taken 1 week. The next week, I went out there while the driver was there. I don't pick those up. I said, well, you did last week. Why aren't you picking it up now? I wasn't the driver last week. So I would call them, and I'd say, I'd tell them, you know, this is what I have. And they said, no, they should be picking it up. And then they were supposed to get back with me as to why they couldn't, or if they could or not, and they never did. So my concern is, if I'm cleaning out things and I have recycling and the wind is blowing so that it'll topple over in the streets, it's not my problem that they don't pick it up. It becomes the city's problem. So whether the weather is too cold for the workers and they don't want to get out their trucks, I don't know what it is, but it's a problem at 337 George Avenue, which is the corner of George and Caroline. So what can I do? And I still have 43 seconds.
Rochelle, why don't you do this? Just give me a call so I can make a phone call over there in advance, and we'll go from there and see exactly what kind of container or whatever have you. But give me a buzz or stop in the office. We'll get it resolved.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. And I'm sorry, I said Rochelle, I mean Miss Evans. We grew up together, so I can say that.
Yes, Mayor Cunningham.
Louis Rames? Louis Rames? I may be saying these names wrong. I apologize. Pass? Okay. Mike Collins?
Good evening, Mayor, and happy holidays as well to the entire City Council. You know, a few weeks ago, I mentioned what a death spiral we are in as a community, and I thank you for that time, but I felt obligated to come back up this evening. You know, we have many homes crashing in value in our neighborhoods due to the extraordinary high taxes, and acknowledge we have a City Council trying to control cost. So before I make a recommendation, let me just share with you a few facts. In our neighborhood, we have many homes that have real estate taxes well over $40,000 a year, a lot greater than the $27,000 that was represented before, over $40,000 a year. This year, we will have a decline in the taxes we pay, even with the levy being voted on tonight, simply because our homes have declined in value so significantly. As I mentioned 2 weeks ago, and I'll mention again tonight, our personal home has lost 40% of its value. And you hear, well, it's the reason this or reason that. Don't be fooled. The reason is $40,000 in real estate taxes.
That's right.
Admittedly, we do a lot of complaining because we are just sure not what to do. The homeowners on Riverbend Carter are indeed fortunate, and we are fortunate, but we are seeing our hard-earned values of our homes declining very significantly, and the community is very frustrated. So what do? We as a community have to figure out ways to get the tax revenue to increase. This real estate property tax fiasco is not sustainable. No one is going to pay $40,000 a year in real estate taxes. What's it going to be like in 2020? 60,000? It is unsustainable. So let's get serious and improve our economic development. Let's figure out a plan to attack this. We have many talented executives that I know personally that would take on this endeavor and work with the Economic Development Committee to do something about our problem in our city. I personally know many executives who would get involved in this type of initiative. Let's join forces with the City Economic Development Team and change our current situation. No more complaining. Let's change the path we are on. Last week, an individual from Black Lives Matter made a significant point. This is not just about the homes on River Road and the millionaires. This is a tax issue for everybody. It's about the 60% of the population that rents. If we don't do something to increase the tax revenue, we all lose. The multi-million-dollar homeowners as well as the renter on a fixed income lose because we know the landlords are going to raise the rent. So my proposal...
Thank you, Mr. Collins.
My proposal is get the community involved with the executives and let us join with you to help solve this problem. Thank you.
John Meemsy? John? 3 minutes.
Good evening. My name is John Music. I live at 2011 Trenton Road, the same neighborhood that was just represented. And I wasn't going to speak tonight because, one, I wasn't prepared because this just kind of came about. I thought at the last meeting we had, it was pretty well understood what would happen if taxes were raised. And I thought the majority of the aldermen basically said they understood and everything like that. I would gladly give the rest of my time to the gentleman that didn't finish speaking because I didn't really prepare. But what I will say is I agree. I think the city is on a death spiral. You can continue to go through and raise taxes, but all you do is drive more business out of the city and you drive more people away. When I moved here in 1998, the price I paid for my house is about the same as the house next door to me sold for after sitting on the market for 2 years. In spite of that, and I don't have the number in front of me because I wasn't prepared tonight, I'm almost sure my property taxes have doubled, and I'm now over $30,000 a year. I mean, it's not sustainable. I mean, I appreciate the plight that the city is going through, I sincerely do. But if you keep taxing and you don't go through and cut costs and increase revenue, I mean, it just puts the city on a deathward spiral. I think this is a phenomenal potential city. We've got the lakefront, we've got other things that could go through and be developed. But as we continue to raise taxes, it's just not going to happen. So I would ask all the aldermen and the mayor to really please think twice before you go through and pass some kind of a tax increase. Just like the former mayor had said, okay, we can't lower your property taxes in the area we live, but I commit to you I'm not going to keep raising the taxes, so eventually maybe they won't be so bad. I also remember when the speaker from Libertyville, when we talked about River Glen the first time, talked about how much more we pay in taxes than Libertyville or Green Oaks does. And so I would ask that hopefully that gets taken into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Margaret Carrasco.
Mark Carrasco, 532 North Lewis Avenue. For years I remember as a small child driving down to Chicago State Street to the Walnut Room to see all the beautiful Christmas decorations and all the chandeliers, etc. Well, folks, there's no need to drive down to Chicago when we have the Genesee Theater here right in our backyard. Tonight, I just want to, again, personally thank Gary Duvall at the Genesee Theater, the Uline staff there. They're just awesome. They just give 100%, and it was just a pleasure to work with them, organizing another community event, our annual Santa's Fiesta yesterday, which was a joint effort with many Latino businesses, in which by the end of the day, so I'm a little lost in my voice, over 2,000 presents and gifts were given out to Waukegan children. It was open to the entire community. Thank you to Fernando Baena from La Corona Restaurant. Thank you to the Rotana family at Chuck Wagon Restaurant. Thank you to Alberto Fuentes from Las Vegas, Roberto at Paris, the security guards, Waukegan. There's nothing that we can't do when we all work together. And thank you very much, and happy holidays to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. Suzanne McDonald.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Alderman. Happy holidays to everyone. I am also from the River Road Corridor community. I would like to confirm I have paid $42,000 plus in taxes. I'd also like you to know that the value of my home that we bought for quite a bit, blood, sweat, and tears, is now 44% less than what its value was. I also have reviewed the budget. I understand that everyone has a budget, and as a former executive, I believe in transparency. I would like to ask the mayor and the aldermen for additional transparency on the proposed budget. There was a significant millage rate that was asked for, and at this point in time, my understanding is half of what it was. And I think many times, being in the state of Illinois, we do blame the need for additional funds on pensions. And yes, we do have a significant state problem with pensions. However, we have funded them in the past, and I have seen in the budget where there's a need to free up money. My question is, how have we funded those pensions in the past? How have the pensions gone up? How much have they gone up? And if there is additional monies to be gathered to free up money, what is that money going to be spent on? So that's my request. I'd really love to see a much more transparent budget. And then I think we can all truly decide what is fair and what needs to happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. Ralph Peterson, Jr.
Hello, everyone. Mayor, my thoughts are, as you attempt to raise taxes, you have hired 21 employees, the majority being Terry Link's hand-picked personal selection or your family. And I've did my homework. We're talking over $2 million here. With these hires, why not attempt to cut back as opposed to this outrageous tax hike? And second, it's my understanding that you have not hired any new police or firemen. I have no problem saying I'm suspicious of this raising of taxes. We, the taxpayers, should not have to pay for your political promises in order for you to have gotten elected. I shoot from the hip pretty much when I'm speaking. This is something else that I constantly ask you, Mayor. What are your plans? I've heard no plans for the city. What direction are you going to take the city in? I've heard no plans for the first ward that used to come up quite a bit before. I hear nothing about the poorest ward in the city, the first ward. And personally, I say to you, you have done everything that you promised that you would not do. For instance, the city is 80% minority, and clearly, there's really no minority presence in your administration. You promised change while saying to all who would listen that you would not raise taxes. It would be Lisa May who's going to raise taxes. And you have us right here where you say you would not have us at. I'm confused, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. Wayne Taylor.
Mayor or Alderman, I want to speak about the impact that a tax increase will have on the residents of Waukegan. Last meeting, the city put out a number of $14 on a $200,000 house. Alderman Taylor countered that with her own estimate of $300 on that same house. Her numbers have been verified by accountants and tax assessors as being accurate. But there is much more to the story, and I want to explain that number. Also, the numbers are out of date now. The numbers have changed, so I want to change the numbers. So this week, the tax levy last time was 6.4. It's gone down to 3.95. Thank you, that's a step in the right direction. The $200,000 house would pay about $10,000 in taxes. Waukegan's rate is 5%, a little over 5%. Waukegan's not responsible for all that $10,000. They're only responsible for 21% of it. That's $2,000. This approximately 4% increase then would increase that resident's property taxes by $80. Now, that's true only if all the residents' appraised values go up the same. And unfortunately, they didn't. In Waukegan Township, they went up 15%. Benton, Warren, and Libertyville, only 5%. And so, unfortunately, if that $200,000 house is in Waukegan Township, their taxes will go up $240, down from the $300 she mentioned last time for Waukegan Township. For the others, good news for them, their taxes aren't going to go up at all. Their Waukegan portions of the taxes will actually be about flat, maybe up $20 or so. It'll be fairly flat. So unfortunately, what we're seeing is that the portion of Waukegan that can least afford the tax increase is going to take the blunt of this tax increase. This is an unwinding of what happened during the recession, where other parts of Waukegan's taxes soared 40%, as Waukegan Township decreased 17%. Unfortunately, for the next 4 years or so, that trend's going to reverse itself, and Waukegan's Township taxes are going to go up faster than the other portions of Waukegan. So I just wanted to explain the numbers and what was driving those estimates. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wayne. Charles Pitts.
I guess I'm hearing about the tax increase. You know a little of my story, but I guess I'm wondering, has anybody researched like what of other cities, other communities have done when they face this type of problem? I think my solution to this would be trying to tax the big businesses. So I mean, you're a Fortune 500 and you're a Fortune 500 company and you can't help the city with these problems. I just feel like companies like Walmart, many of these Fortune 500 companies, these big companies, they're coming in here, they're building, and they're sucking money out of the community, and they're leaving our community and our cities our citizens impoverished. Like Walmart, these gambling companies, these gambling machines. I guess my next issue is, I'm looking for you to create some type of newsletter to say, what are you doing? Because I don't come here, my intent's not to come here and throw rocks, but I would like to see, I spoke to one of your staff members, and I think I gave him my list of 16 things that I would like to see. And I mean, right now I just want to see where you're going, what you're going to do, what your plans are, what have you done. It's not all bad, but I feel like I need to see it. I mean, post it. I mean, I'm running several pages. I can help you post it. My other thing is the police committee. I think we need some type of police committee so that the police can report what they're doing, and then the citizens can have a clear direction. If they have a problem, they can at least come to that committee, talk to some officers, do something, because people are on Facebook and they're seeing police continuously being violent to the community. It's not Waukegan all the time, but there's a psychological link to police violence, excessive, unnecessary violence, and I think it's in your best behalf, before the police shoot and kill someone else, that you create some type of body so that, like a public relations, they can talk about the crime, they can talk about solutions, they can talk about they just bought new guns, or they're trying to put a proposal in for new guns, they can talk about all of that. And we needed videotapes. So I think...
Thank you, Charles.
All right.
That concludes audience time. Thank you for everyone who participated.
All right, items 4, recognition of Waukegan High School, Illinois Music Education Association District 7 musicians. And I think we're going to scratch items on number 4, A and B, because I think the kids here, they had some other things going on tonight. So we're gonna move past that. All right, Alderman? Finance Committee, Alderman Valco.
Thank you, Your Honor. We had a long meeting tonight, well over an hour, 10 hour, 15 minutes. Most of it is we're consolidating the purchasing power of the departments. For those of you, all the aldermen were here during the meeting, so I'm not going to belabor the issue and go over every item verbatim. But for those of you in the audience, there's ways that the city purchases things, either a low bid, sole source provider, or joint purchasing program, and we're veering towards a joint purchasing program. So every department can just go to that one place, whether you'll see some of these will either be Office Plus or it might be a different firm for an automobile or something, so we don't have to have a bidding and the prices are set. So I'm going to go through this rather quickly because, again, most of the aldermen, in fact, all the aldermen were here for this tonight.
Can I interrupt? I'm so sorry. Your Honor?
Yes.
Is there any chance, and I thank you for allowing me to speak, is there any chance, because those items that Alderman Valco is referring to are items E through N, and I understand, well, E through L, and I understand that the desire of this administration is transparency, and that's why you're putting this all in front of the public, but we did go over all these in quite distinct detail at the Finance Committee meeting, which I'm not on part of that committee. But it's really just cleaning up.
Omnibus is what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
E through L.
Okay.
Is my suggestion.
All right, I'm gonna do the finance chair. You're okay with that?
Absolutely.
All right. So,
Yeah.
E through L. So we want to go through A, B, C, and D first, and then when we get to E through L, we'll do the omnibus. Is that
If it's acceptable to my colleagues.
all right?
Just
We got a motion on the floor. We got a motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman May. We got.
I just want to make a comment.
All right, we got a comment by Alderman Valco, then Alderman Taylor, then Alderman Seeger. Okay, in that order. Go ahead, Alderman.
So I just want Alderman Valco to finish his explanation. Sounds like you weren't quite done yet, so.
I'm sorry.
Were you done with your explanation on what we were doing with all the Finance Committee? Because Lisa, Alderman May kind of stepped in a little bit. Were you done with your public explanation?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure you had that space.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alderman Taylor.
I actually was going to second the motion, so.
All right.
I just.
You want to second them? So we all agree it's E through L. We're going to do an omnibus, and I'll let the Corporation Counsel explain exactly what that is for those who have not been here before.
That just means everybody's going to vote, make one vote that takes care of all those motions without having to read them all into the record and spend about half an hour over something everybody agrees on.
Okay. So with that being said, so items A, B, C, and D, we're going to go individually, correct? All, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
All right. Item A, Finance Committee, go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, motion to adopt a resolution authorizing the advertising for sale of property located at 854 Adams Street in the city of Waukegan. The short explanations for the general public. The federal program entitled the Neighborhood Stabilization Program has given the city of Waukegan money to be administered by CDBG to address the issues including long-term vacancies, foreclosures, and lack of affordable housing. The property was purchased for purposes of rehab and resale in accordance with the Neighborhood Stabilization Program. It was purchased May 20th, 2016 for $35,675. The rehab costs totaled $121,161, and additional costs for utilities and break-in repairs totaled $1,856. A grand total of the property investment was approximately $157,693, and the property was appraised for $93,000, for which they would like to sell 854 Adams. Now, quickly, the city is not on the hook for this. The federal government is the one that supplied the money. They're the ones that will be receiving the funds, okay? And I so move, sir.
Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Newsom. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor?
Aye.
Alderman Bolton?
Aye.
Alderman Seager?
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsom?
Aye.
Alderman Tempest?
Aye.
Alderman May?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Aye. Item B, approve a second amendment to the 2017 CDBG Action Plan. Any proposed amendment is considered a substantial amendment. It's subject to the citizens' participation process. Requires a formal action by the City Council and approval by HUD. A 30-day public notice is published to provide the opportunity for the public to review and comment on the proposed substantial amendments. The substantial amendment will start 30 days processing during December 18th, 2017 through January 18th, 2018. The city will consider all comments or views received from the public concerning the proposed substantial amendment in accordance with the HUD regulations. Now to the nitty-gritty. The available CD, we keep doing acronyms here, but it's the Citizens
Community Development Block Grant.
Community Development Block Grant for the general public, CDBG. The funds for the project year 2017 were $775,929. The first amendment that came through, the additional unused 2016 program funds was $335,936, was reprogrammed into the 27 budget, the action plan, excuse me, for a total of amount of $1,111,865. There was some other unallocated funds of $81,838, and a total equaled $1,193,703. And what we're doing is just okaying the substantial amendment. All the money's coming into Waukegan, it stays here. They got some, it's not into Waukegan, excuse me. It's in the CDBG funds administered by the federal government. So Waukegan really has nothing to do with it, though we're administrating the funds, and I so move, sir.
Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Newsom. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor?
Aye.
Alderman Bolton?
Aye.
Alderman Seager?
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsom?
Aye.
Alderman Tempest?
Aye.
Alderman May?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Aye.
Motion.
Item C, authorize the police chief to purchase a 2018 Dodge Durango. The Waukegan Police Department published the notice of bids for the Dodge Durango. The lowest bidder is recommended for the award contract. The contract authorizes the police chief to purchase a 2018 Dodge Durango SSXT all-wheel drive SUV for an amount of $24,190 from Napleton Fleet Group in Oak Brook Terrace, the lowest bidder. And I so move, sir.
A motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Newsom. Any questions to the motion? Roll
This is
call.
not-
I'm sorry.
excuse me, is this
Alderman
not-
Taylor.
This is for our police dog, I believe, right? Is that what this is
Canine.
what that vehicle's for, because our other one is old.
Canine.
Okay,
Police dog, and it's also coming out of forfeiture, is that correct, sir?
right.
At no cost to the city? No. And I so move, sir.
Again, motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Newsom. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried.
Authorize the building commissioner to purchase two 2018 Ford Escapes. The building and code department is in need of two new vehicles. The last time the vehicles were purchased was in '06. The bid process is not required, as the purchases will be made through the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative Contract for the purchase of two 2018 Ford Escapes. The total price not to exceed $38,348, and this will be going through the Purchasing Cooperative Contract, which is a government joint purchasing program. And so the citizens, you see, the last car that was bought, the Dodge Durango, was on a bid. These two are on the joint purchasing, so you have two different ways of doing things. And I so move, sir.
Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Newsom. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried.
Are you going to read those in, Mayor, or E through whatever it was, or you want me to read them in?
Mr. Chairman, go ahead.
Sir?
Yep, you can go ahead and read them in.
You want them, Corporation Counsel, you want them one at a time or all at once, sir?
Do we have to read them in?
They don't even need to be read in under this.
They don't need to be? Okay, fine.
Okay. So there's a motion on the floor by Alderman Valco and second by Alderman Newsom to omnibus on item number 5 of the Finance Committee, items E through L. Again, E through L. We're going to take them as one vote to approve. All right, there's a motion on the floor. Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Newsom. Any questions to either of the items E through L on the Finance Committee?
Mayor, can I just make a quick comment?
Sure.
Because I don't want to
Alderman May.
do the appearance that we don't want to discuss this in public. There's contracts throughout the city, so you might have the police, the fire, all different departments ordering from office supply, and none of those departments will go over 20,000. So you can't enter into a contract for over 20 grand without getting city council approval. Well, what was happening was all kinds of different departments in the city would be ordering from the same vendor, pushing the grand total over 20 grand sometimes. And we think to best follow the rules and regulations and the laws set before us, if one vendor is getting paid more than 20 grand, even if it's from all different departments of the city, we should be approving that up here at the bench and not just letting that go. There's some other intricacies of this, but that's one of the things that I'm not sure was clearly explained. We talked about it in a lot further depth during the Finance Committee, but this is just a lot of cleaning up of things that have been going on for years that we're recognizing, and the staff is doing a great job of kind of tightening up the spending.
Centralizing the purchasing, everybody. Centralizing the
Hopefully.
purchasing. Yeah, but we will. No hope. We will. All right. Any other questions? Thank you, Alderman May. Any other questions? All right. This is going to be a roll call, an anonymous roll call from item on Finance Committee items E through L. Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. Alderman Valco, now we're at item number M.
Item M, to approve a contract authority to CDBG Director with regards to Dean Investments for 2318 Waverly Place. General, let's see, CDB Director to affirm a contract with Dean Investments, the general contractor, for necessary repairs made at 2318 Waverly Place in the amount, excuse me, of $45,445 by granting a good faith waiver of the bidding process under Section 2-458, subsection I-7. And the funding is from line item 245, 5502244445. Again, after a review of vendor payments for the fiscal year, it was discovered that payments relating to 2318 Waverly Place was in excess of $20,000. Again, I'm going to let the general public know here. Specifically, the 2318 Waverly Place homeowner entered into a contract with Dean Investments through CDBG Housing Rehab Program. The Housing Rehabilitation Program provides up to $40,000 per property for substantial rehab and individual project costs for emergency rehab for owner-occupied single-family units owned by income-eligible individuals. And I so move, sir.
A motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Newsome. Any questions to the motion?
I have a couple of questions.
Okay, Alderman Taylor.
Number one, if this is to enter into the bid, do we know that that property, how much that property is worth if we're doing the repairs on it? And two, can you explain to the audience what a good faith waiver is so they understand?
Let's take the latter. Bob, you want to explain? The Corporation Council will talk about the good faith waiver.
Yeah, under ordinary circumstances, the city always enters into a bidding process or a joint purchase agreement, something that takes its functional place, in order to ensure that we're getting proper contracts put in at the lowest responsible price that can be had in the open marketplace. Where you're waiving the bidding process under certain circumstances, which doesn't happen very often, but you're acknowledging that under a particular situation, this contractor, this individual, for whatever reason, has in fact a good bid, it's proper price, it's been priced out for, that's in equity with whatever it is they're supplying, and the council has deemed that there's an adequate reason to avoid or to skip the bidding process under those circumstances.
Now, as far as is the house worth it? These are owner-occupied homes that have come to Community Development Block Grant Department. It's a program that's it's been in place, I know my last 18 years prior to that. And simply what happens is if a person owns a home and they need some help and they meet, if I want to make sure I say this right, the HUD qualification of income, then they can come to us through an application process and say, I need my furnace, I need my windows, I need my roof, etc. And then we take that application, vet it, and determine what the cost of those needs will be. And then we bring a cost and submit, award a contract to the responsible contractor through that same process of Community Development Block Grant. So that's what it is. So does the house actually meet that? That's really not what the program is for. It is to help that particular homeowner living in the city of Waukegan, and we get funds based on our city size. Is that right, Larissa, on our city size? All right. So that's what that's it. That's been going on from the, 20, 30, 40 years. Okay?
And again, just so the audience knows, this is not something, CDBG is a separate entity. Okay. I want them to understand that.
Let me explain it. Community Development Block Grant dollars are awarded throughout the country to cities. Typically, they're awarded based on the size of your city. Our Community Development Block Grant dollars come from HUD, Housing Urban, Housing Urban Development? All right, I want to make sure. Those are HUD funds. So, we have a department, and their specific responsibility is to go out, if when individuals come in, residents of the city of Waukegan, and they need assistance based on their level of income, they need assistance, we can grant that assistance with them. It is not taxpayer, well, they are taxpayer dollars. They're just not our property tax. It's money awarded to the city of Waukegan based on our size of our city and population. So, and it's a great, great program, and it's really, and we're, Ms. Larissa, the new executive director, it's about urban renewal, improving neighborhoods. And it's something that we really want to get away from. I think we talked about it today, that rehab program, because that's just not what we do. We don't rehab. That's not our will. That's not in our sandbox. What's in our sandbox is if a person needs help, particularly on an emergency basis, furnace, roof, windows, installation, code enforcement issues. These are the things that we really want to get into, and that's what we're good at. I think we can address more neighborhoods in our community, which would then increase our overall EAVs throughout the city of Waukegan. Great program, we'll continue to support it, and I think it does a great deal, not just in Waukegan, throughout the country. I hope that answers some of your questions, Alderman.
Yeah. Thank you, Mayor. I wanted you to clarify that so that residents understood that this is not your property taxes. It is taxpayer money because it's federal money. But I just wanted that clarification.
It's awarded to us.
Right.
And those dollars, to add to that, Alderman Mosey, I'll get to you, those dollars are shrinking on a year-by-year basis. I think when I first started with the city of Waukegan from a alderman standpoint, we were well over $1.2, $1.3 million. I think we're down now to about 800,000. Is that about 800,000? And these dollars are awarded to us or at the whim of the federal budget. If they deem to cut 10%, that's 10% cut throughout the country, which affects city of Waukegan. So it's substantial amount that we've lost over the years, and that's just the way the program works. Alderman Mosio.
I was just going to say we've always usually used some CDB money to pay for sidewalks.
Yes.
Have to be in certain areas though, not all areas. There's a CDB map, so some of the city of Waukegan area is eligible for CDBG funds. Not all of the area is eligible for it. So I just wanted to make sure we clarify that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. Item N.
Item N, approve the contract authority to CDBG Director with regards to Phoenix Construction for 854 Adams. To affirm the retention of the Phoenix Construction and Abatement Incorporated, the general contractor for necessary repairs made at 854 Adams Street, Waukegan, in the amount of $120,161 by granting a good faith waiver of the bid process, Section 2-458 I-7, funding from line item 245-550-224-642. In essence, we already voted on this for the one that they took a bath on at 854 Adams with the $120,000, and this is, we're just reaffirming it right here.
Okay. Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Newsome. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye. Last one. Item O, extend the grant agreements with IDNR for coastal management. Some while ago, we received 2 grants from IDNR, one for $5,000, which there was no matching amount on it at all for the city, and the other for $20,000, which the city had to come up with $6,700. And these are coastal management grants for the lakefront. And all we're doing right now is to extend the expiration date to March 31st, 2019, or at the closeout of the projects. And I so move.
Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Newsome. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you. Public Works, Alderman Newsome.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item A, motion to authorize the proper city officials to approve change order number 2 for the 2017 street maintenance contract for an amount not to exceed $1,751,929.87. This change order is for an additional $252,069.82. Funds are currently charged to various line items. And this change order, there was a water main project that went out to bid for the Joseph Drive, which is in the TIF district, Joseph Drive water main. Due to not being able to get the permit and work done before February of 2018, when the TIF is closed, more concrete work was done instead in the TIF district. So that's why it's the change order, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Seager. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Item B, motion to authorize the proper city officials to award the bid for the lift station number 11 generator replacement and enter into a contract with the low qualified bidder, Kraus Electrical Contractors of Zion, Illinois, for an amount not to exceed $41,950. The bid opening was December 11th, 2017. There were 4 bidders. This project will be charged to the TIF funds, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Seager. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Item C, motion to authorize the proper city officials to approve an amount not to exceed $70,000 for McDowell Mechanical Services. Invoices are currently charged to line item 100-9110-25468, line item 100-9110-24438, line item 100-9127-24438, line item 555-9155-25468, line item 100-9106-24412, line item 100-60772-4410, line item 100-9106-24438, and line item 100-60772-4438. And this company is contracted with the city, and they take care of heating and cooling issues in the City Hall, Public Works Department, Police Department, and all the other buildings that the city has. And I so move.
The motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Seager. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Item D, motion to authorize the proper city officials to approve change order number 3 to the water meter AMR project and to enter into an agreement with United Systems and Software of Benton, Kentucky to provide an additional water meter reading device referred to as the iTron mobile data collection equipment and associated software programming for the amount not to exceed $28,435. Funds for this is charged to line item 555-91-602-7693, and this is to purchase the new mobile drive-by. We have one, and we have 2 handhelds. So this is to buy an additional drive-by in case something happens to the one we won't miss when we're doing a 30-day water billing. And I so move.
Motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Seager. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
And I will also add to that item, they gave us a discount of $3,000 on that item as well. And that's it.
All right. Labor Relations, Alderman Newsome, go ahead and take that, please.
Motion to adopt resolution number 2017, resolution rejecting the supplemental arbitration award in the interest arbitration involving the Metropolitan Alliance of Police Waukegan Sergeants Chapter number 285, entered on November 30th, 2017, and I so move.
All right, motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Taylor. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Pass.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
No.
Motion's passed and carried. Reports and communication. Motion by Alderman Taylor, second by Alderman Bolton, to accept and place on file the monthly treasury report. Any questions to the motion?
God bless you.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Bill. Bill.
No. Yes, sir. You want me to say it now?
Yes, sir.
Mayor, under old business, item A, a motion to ratify to Waukegan Planning and Zoning. I want to table that.
Item, on item old business, item A is being tabled by Alderman Valco. Item A under, is that new business?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
New business. Under new business, item A, motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Taylor, to approve vendor payments dated December 14, 2017, in a total amount of $851,512.26. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Item B, motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Bolton, to approve regular payroll dated December 8, 2017, a total amount of $531,458.05. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Alderman-
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Motion by Alderman Seager, second by Alderman Moiseo, to approve elected official monthly expense account payroll dated December 8, 2017, a total amount of $7,141.66. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Motion is passed and carried. Item D, motion by Alderman Moiseo, second by Alderman Villalobos, to approve non-union and SEIU vacation cash out payroll dated December 8th, 2017, a total amount of $42,205.66. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Motion is passed and carried. Motion by Alderman Villalobos, second by Alderman Newsom, to approve PBLC holiday buyback payroll dated December 8, 2017, a total amount of $3,466.97. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Abstain.
Motion is passed and carried. Item F, motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Tempest, to approve MAP, Teamsters, and PBLC 52 hours plus comp time cash out payroll dated December 8, 2017, in a total amount of $71,692.91. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Abstain.
Motion is passed and carried. Item G, motion by Alderman Tempest, second by Alderman May, to approve all raffle sales applications. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion is passed and carried. Item 11, ordinance. Motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Tempest, to adopt an ordinance levying and assessing taxes of the city of Waukegan, Lake County, Illinois for 2017 tax levy year at a 3.95%. Are there any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Before I make a vote on this, I would like to talk about this a little bit. In doing my numbers and researching this, I find that what I believe we need to cover pensions is actually around 900 and some thousand. I have not been able to get better figures than that to justify the difference. I would have voted for a 2.95% levy because I do believe that the city does need some kind of increase. But I can't go to 3.95, and that's what's on the table. So consequently, my vote will be no.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Nay.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Nay.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
No.
Alderman Valco.
When these options were first given to us at 6.4, Mayor, you and I had several conversations back and forth, as I have with the finance director. A lot of my issues and I'm glad you guys are here tonight because I don't want to talk out of turn and behind your back. A lot of my issues are with the library. 2 years ago, the library wanted more money. They came to us, myself and the finance director in the finance department, 4 or 5 individuals from the staff on the library. And the parting comments from myself and the finance director was, we'll give you some money, we'll give you the money, but we want to see your figures. We want to see your budget. Okay. Never came. This year, the library comes and just gives a letter and asks for more money, asks for $4 million total, not another $4 million, but $4 million total. No budget, no nothing, no reason for it at all or anything. I go to the library, Richard, I know you, sir. My main problem with all of this is coming to the city and asking for money by law, within 60 days after expiration of the fiscal year of a city or village, the library board shall submit to the council or board of trustees in the Illinois State Library an annual statement of liabilities, including those for bonds outstanding or due for judgments, settlements, liability insurance for the amounts due under certificate of the board. That's State Law 75 ILS 5/4-10. I've been here for 7 years. I've never seen a budget. By law, we're supposed to receive it. So for the library to come before this council and say we need money and not give me anything, a balance sheet, after we specifically asked for it last year.
Yeah, good point.
And it was supposed to come, never saw it. Mayor, I have to tell you, sir, there's 3 different ways to remedy this with the library. Don't do anything, just let it the way it goes now. Let them stand on their own and let them do their own levy, or take them in. And I'm all for taking the library in. Save a lot of money that way. We're doing the levy anyhow.
Yes, sir.
I do not like voting for tax increases. Last time, the individuals were here, and I specifically said that we live here too. Taxes on my house have gone up. I'm nowhere near what you guys are paying, but I'm well over $11,000, $11,500 on my house. So, and they've gone up. The value of my house has gone down, like yours, and my taxes have gone up. Hopefully, the EAV, the assessed value, will equal out this year, and maybe the taxes, or excuse me, the price of the house will go up a little bit. I will give you the 3.95 on the basis that we're going to have to do something about the library, because every year the library comes here and asks for more money. He's right. And this will be the last time, Mayor, that I will vote for a budget that includes any increase for the library. I'm sorry. Might be bad blood here now. This is Alderman's time, guys. All right? Might be bad blood. I'll give you the 3.95, but never again, unless we take the library in or they stand on their own, will I vote for an increase. This will be a one-time deal, and on the basis, sir, and the citizens also, because we haven't had an increase in 4 years. And the average CPI is maybe 2% a year, so that makes 8%. We've been flat for 4. We're doing 3.9, so let's just say 4. We're doing 4 over a period of 4 years. That's 1% a year. I can live with it. I'm retired. I can live with it. A lot of people who are less fortunate than all of us here that are on Social Security and they're living on $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 a month, they can't afford anything drastic. But I think at 3.95, everybody will be able to afford it. And that's just me, sir. So I will vote yes on this.
Okay. I vote. Motion passed 5-4. Thank you, Alderman. And I also include those aldermen who voted against. I understand your position, but we must move forward with operating in our community, and I look forward to working with all of you in order to do that. This is a vote to move us in the direction I think we need to go in. To some comments that were made in the past. Alderman May, you said tonight that we're streamlining our operations. This is part of us doing our part, streamlining our operation, trying to find those different ways of cutting costs. Never easy, extremely difficult. So I do appreciate the alderman tonight in giving not only myself and staff the ability to move forward. The alderman who voted no, I understand. I get it. This is a tough deal, not just for me, but for you and the residents of this community. I understand. But we do this as one. We are the leaders of this community. We're the ones that people come to. We must do what we think is in the best interest of the city of Waukegan. I appreciate you and I thank you. But now it's time to do the job of running this community. Take care. Item B, motion by Alderman May, second by Alderman Valco, to adopt an ordinance abating a portion of 2017 tax levy for the payment of principal and interest on the $7 million $5 general obligation bond series 2015A roadway improvement project. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seeger.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome. Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Motion is passed and carried. Item C, motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Taylor, to adopt an ordinance abating a portion of 2016 tax levy for the payment of principal and interest on $6,850,000 general obligation bonds, series 2016A roadway improvement project. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seeger.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Motion is passed and carried. Motion by Alderman Valco, motion by Alderman Taylor, second by Alderman Bolton, to adopt an ordinance authorizing the execution of an annexation agreement for 38117 Lewis Avenue, as we had that annexation hearing earlier today. Any other questions to the motion?
Your Honor.
Motion by, I'm sorry, Alderman Mozio.
They did say that they were in court. Do we have any liability, Counselor, in fact, we're annexing something that's already in court with somebody else? No, we hope not.
Not really. I can't imagine a scenario where it would, but we got to tell you, I haven't seen any court papers on this. So
Okay.
I think what he was referring to, it sounded like an enforcement action being filed by either the county or most likely the Department of Public Health if he's having a problem with his sewer or septic field.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And
All right.
if he can attach to our sewer, that will actually
Then
solve
again,
his problem
right.
for him.
And is it Alderman Mozio?
That's good.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor?
I'm going to vote no on this because I don't know enough about it, and I wasn't totally convinced that the gentleman really understands what's going on yet, so I'm voting no on that.
Alderman Bolton?
I also am voting no.
Alderman Seager?
No.
Alderman Moiseo?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsome?
Aye.
Alderman Tempest?
Aye.
Alderman May?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Motion's passed and carried. Motion by Alderman Bolton, second by Alderman Seager. Motion to adopt an ordinance annexing certain territory in the city of Waukegan, namely 38117 Lewis Avenue.
Excuse me.
Roll call, please. I'm sorry, any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor?
How are we able to,
Wait a minute.
I mean, aren't these kind of all connected?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Same
are.
property.
Yeah, talk.
Okay, so
Same thing, sir.
I guess my vote is no.
Yep.
Alderman Bolton?
No.
Alderman Seager?
No.
Alderman Moiseo?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsome?
Aye.
Alderman Tempest?
Aye.
Alderman May?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Motion's passed and carried. Item F, motion by Alderman Moiseo, second by Alderman Villalobos, adopt an ordinance for zoning calendar 245, amending the zoning classification for certain property located city of Waukegan, namely 38117 Lewis Avenue. Lot of steps. I guess there's no question to the motion. Roll call, please.
Alderman Taylor?
No.
Alderman Bolton?
No.
Alderman Seager?
No.
Alderman Moiseo?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsome?
Aye.
Alderman Tempest?
Aye.
Alderman May?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Aye.
The motion's passed and carried. Closing item 12, Alderman's time.
Alderman Taylor?
I guess one of the things I'd like to mention is now that there's going to be some changes in the federal taxes, Lake County is now accepting property tax prepayments for next year. I want to advise people, kind of talk to your accountants before you do this. For many of you, if you're going to use it as a deduction, make sure that you're not exceeding your deduction. So, but it does have to be paid by December 29th, and it cannot be mailed in by postmarked December 29th. It has to be paid by December 29th. So something for you to consider over the holidays. Otherwise, I would just like to wish everyone a very happy holiday. I know that this has been a very tough time for all of us with the tax levy. Again, personally, I know from my own ward how the taxes have affected people staying in the community, how it's affected economic development, and that was why my vote was what it was for tonight. But again, like I said, I do think that there needs to be a certain amount, but I just couldn't go with the 3.95. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Alderman Bolton?
I'd just like to acknowledge how the Lake County Correctionals, along with Dr. Mary Lacey, gave out over 4,000 toys on Saturday. And I got in there and got to sweat a little bit and work, and I just want to acknowledge them openly. Great job.
Alderman Seager?
I just want to wish everybody in Waukegan throughout Lake County happy holiday and a safe one. That's Christmas and New Year's. And take care of your families, your moms, your dads, your kids, your grandpas and grandpa,
the whole family. Enjoy your holiday, but be safe. And God bless you, all of you. Thank you.
Alderman Moiseo.
Yes, I did vote for the tax increase. I think we need a certain amount of money to try to keep the city services going. I do understand the debate. I'm willing to sit down and talk to anybody about the debate. We do need some type of, I don't know, maybe tax reform in the state, because again, we're not the only taxing body that's on your property tax bill. So anybody that would like to sit down and discuss that, I'm willing to discuss it. Because maybe we need some more overhaul. The only way we can get overhaul, get things better, more ideas, is for more people to come forward and have discussion about that. With that, thank you.
Alderman Villalobos.
Yeah, thank everyone for being here tonight. A couple of things I want to mention. Number one, about 2 weeks ago, there was the Lake County Climate Action Pledge that was done at the Puerto Rican Society. It was a pledge event, also / a fundraiser for Puerto Rico relief. The pledge itself for Lake County has been opened up to municipalities and organizations that want to sign on to this. And this pledge has 3 components, hopefully I can remember them all. Reduction in carbon emissions, investment in sustainable energy future, and also investment in infrastructure, green infrastructure projects. For the relief for Puerto Rico, there was a goal of $2,000 to be raised that evening, and happy to say that that goal was met and surpassed. There was nearly $5,500 raised for Puerto Rico relief, along with supplies, water, batteries, flashlights, and other things that are still necessary for the residents of Puerto Rico. So we still can't forget them and what the trials and tribulations they're going through. Second thing I want to bring up is also this past Friday was the meet and greet for the 2 finalists for the executive director for the Waukegan Public Library. So the timeline is ideally there will be a decision made before the end of this month of who the next executive director for the Waukegan Public Library is. For those who aren't aware, the 2 finalists are Heidi Smith from the Waukegan Public Library, as well as Selena Gomez, who is the executive director of the Crown Point Community Library for Crown Point, Indiana. And then in closing, I'd just like to say happy holidays, everyone. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and be safe. Thank you so much.
Alderman Newsom.
Yes, just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Alderman Tempest.
Merry Christmas to all, too. And remember, it's a season to be thankful. Thank you.
Alderman May.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Alderman Valco.
Other than happy holidays, we've all done enough talking up here, so I'm done. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Here, real quick, I want to put some emphasis on this snow removal. Our Waukegan Police Department we're going to be very aggressive with these cars who do not move doing 2 inches or more. Very aggressive. We cannot have these vehicles in a way while these trucks are coming through. We just can't. We need your help. So be mindful. Aldermen, we're going to be very aggressive with these cars that are in the way. It's just causing too much time and delay. And last but not least, basement apartments. For those who do not know, we had a fatality, is that correct? Chiefs, both chiefs, we had a fatality at an address where there was a basement apartment. As we're going through and looking at our inspections, and we catch a basement apartment, I'm here to tell you, you will be fined. Was the max 750? Is it 750, Mike? It was a life that was lost due to a basement apartment. You're a landlord, and this happens. We cannot accept that type of behavior. So please, please, make sure that we're doing this thing right. Any questions, feel free to call my office or the alderman. We go from there. On behalf of myself, and I'm going to say the city council and all the staff of the city of Waukegan, we thank you. We wish you and your families Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and look for a prosperous year for our city. Take care, God bless. Motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Tempest to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. Motion is passed and carried. Thank you.